If you're writing your name on your paper, or if Miss Dalmy has written it for you, this is going to be the back. We always write our name on the back with a pencil, and then we flip it over to the other side to draw. This is the back. Let's flip it over where you can't see your name, and make sure your paper is turned horizontal. Not like this. This is tall and straight. This is vertical. We want it short and straight, horizontal. That way we'll have room for all three of our mice. We're going to be using an oil pastel today. It's very messy, so be very careful. We want to use them correctly so we don't make a mess on our paper. It's going to look and feel like a crayon, but it's much messier. Even if your oil pastel is itty bitty or doesn't have the wrapping on it, it doesn't matter. They can still be used to make an awesome drawing. We are going to find the middle of our paper to begin. So let's find the middle of our paper at the very top. Not over here, that's on the left. Not over here, that's on the right. Not over here, that's not the top, but find the top and the middle, and then move your finger down boop, a little bit, and this is where we're going to begin our first mouse, okay? Remember, our mouse starts off with a dot and a circle around it, so where your finger is, let's make a dot, color it in. Be very careful because these are super messy, so after you draw your dot, do not touch it with your finger because it will smear and make an ugly mark on your paper. After you make a dot, draw around it to make a circle. If you make a mistake, don't worry about it. You're just gonna keep going because these are going to be beautiful. If you make a mistake, it's called a beautiful oops. After you make that second dot, make another one. Now your mouse has two bright eyes. Good job. Under the two eyes, let's draw a nose. It can be an oval or a circle. And then around your nose, we're gonna make a pretend line with our finger, and then we'll make it with our oil pastel. So if you need to, don't touch the black oil pastel because you'll make your finger messy and your paper messy too. But right next to the nose, I'm not touching the nose, and I'm making a rainbow line or a kind of an oval around the nose and the eyes to practice before I do my drawing. Remember, don't touch those black lines because you're gonna make a mess. When you're ready, start on the nose and go up and around your eyes and back down to the nose. So cute. Now we're going to make some rainbow line ears. One rainbow line and one around it. If you make a mistake, it's okay, just keep going. One over here and another around it. Very good. If you want your mouse to have some spiky hair, go for it. Now let's do the body. The body is going to start under the nose. Don't touch the nose, but right underneath, use your finger to help you. Right under the nose, we're going to make a vertical line. When you're ready, go ahead. One vertical line, and then we're going to draw a curved line down. Don't touch those lines, but practice with your finger if you need to. That's his back. And then close it up with a horizontal line. Looking good. Now it's time for those cute little feet that the mice paint with. Two rainbow lines, and then vertical lines for the toes. If you want to add whiskers to your mouse, you can. They can be curved or straight. So cute. Now let's draw the tail. You can start back here, or you can start on the back, on his curved back, or you can start way at the bottom where his feet are. I think my first tail is going to be wavy, but you can make any kind of tail you want because it's just a line. And we have our first mouse. Now let's draw our second one over here. This one might be a little skinnier because I don't have a lot of space, but that's okay. I'm going to just work with it. Now, let's find a place for our our eyes, okay? So if I draw my eyes way over here, do you think I'm gonna have much room to draw his head and ears? I don't think so. If I start his eye way over here, do you think I'll have room for his head and his ears over here? I don't think so. So I'm gonna move somewhere in the middle. If you need to move up or down to have more room for your mouse, that's fine. And if you're running out of room later, don't worry about it. Your mouse might just be a little smaller. Okay, remember, I don't want to start my eye way over here or way over here. So I'm going to find the middle, and we start the same. We make a little circle and color it in. or make a little dot with your oil pastel and a circle around it. Another one, 2 eyes. So cute. One of my eyes is smaller than the other one. Guess what? I'm just gonna keep going. It's a beautiful oops. Under the eyes, I'm gonna make the nose. This time I'm gonna color it in. And then I'm going to practice the line without touching the oil pastels to make my face. I'm not gonna touch the lines because I don't want an ugly smear on my paper and I don't wanna get my finger dirty. When I'm ready, curve around and back down. Very good. I think I'm gonna add some eyebrows on this mouse and maybe some eyelashes. You can if you want to. Now his ear, 2 rainbow lines. 1 rainbow line and 1 around it. And another one, a rainbow line, and then a rainbow line around it. So cute. Now let's do the body. Under the nose, we're gonna draw a straight line down. You can practice it without touching the oil pastel if you need to first. This mouse can be taller or shorter than your first one. Okay, now it's time to do the body. I don't think I will have room to do the body over here because it'll run into this mouse. I think I'm gonna have more room on this side, even though my mouse's body might be a little skinny. When I'm ready, I'm gonna start on the mouse's cheek right here on his face. And I'm gonna draw a curved line. If I have to make it super close to the edge of the paper, that's okay. And then close it up with the horizontal line. 2 rainbow line feet and some little toes. Looking so good. I don't have much room for the tail, do I? But if I start it right here on the mouse's back, I will have room for a little bitty one. If you want to start your tail down here, and if you have room, go for it. I think I'm gonna make this tail a zigzag, but you can make any kind of tail you want. See there, I made room for my tail. Find a spot on the mouse's back or down here at the bottom and draw your tail. Now let's do our last mouse. We're gonna use this side of the paper. If you don't have a lot of room and you need to start up or down or a little closer around, you can decide. If I start my eyes right here, is that gonna be a good idea? Nope, because I don't think I'm gonna have room for the head and the ears. If I draw my eye way over here, do you think I'm gonna have room for head and ears? Probably not. Should I start my eyes way up here? I don't think so, because then I won't have room for the top of the head. So I'm just gonna find an empty space in the middle and let's see what happens. Find an empty space and draw a dot. Try to remember that you're leaving room for your head and your ears. Then we draw a circle. And then next to that, we draw another dot and another circle. This time I'm gonna make the nose a triangle, an upside down triangle. If you accidentally colored in your nose, that's okay. If you want to color in your nose, you can do that. And when I'm ready, I'm gonna do a practice line. Remember, no touching those oil pastel lines. A practice line for the head. Around and back down. Okay, if you want eyebrows or eyelashes, go ahead. And then the ears. Remember, rainbow line around. Rainbow line around. If you want some hair, I think I'm gonna draw him some messy hair at the top. And the body. Let's start with the nose. Draw a vertical line down. You can practice it with your finger first without touching the lines. You can make this mouse taller or shorter than your others. Okay, it's time to decide now. Where should I put the body, or where should you put your body? I might have room right here. It's gonna be a skinny mouse, but I think it'll be better to draw the curved line for the back on this side. So you decide, do you have more room here or here? Start on the cheek of your mouse here. If you're on this side, you're gonna start the cheek on this side, whichever you have room for. Curved line. And then close it up. 2 rainbow lines for the feet and some little cute toes. Okay, now one more tail if you have room. Remember, if you don't have room somewhere, you can start the tail coming from behind his back, like his tail's hiding behind his body here, or you can start at the bottom if you have room. I think I'm gonna try to do a spiral tail. You can do any kind of tail you want. You can even do a wavy or zigzag if you did one before. Looking good. Now, the last step is to make little puddles for your mouse, because remember, they were playing in the paint. So I want you to pick a mouse. I'm going to start with this one. And you want to start the puddle maybe a little higher so you'll have lots of room to paint. I want to have a puddle where I can add paint, because we are going to add paint next time. So I'm going to start with a wavy line, and I'm just going to draw. If I go off my page, that's okay. A puddle, and I'm going to make it around the body. Now I have an empty space to paint inside and mix some colors. Okay, this little mouse here, his puddle is not going to be as wide, but I can make it a little bigger going all the way to the bottom if I want. That way I'll have a nice little puddle to work with. Wavy line or a curvy line. And this little guy's puddle is going to be even smaller, but that's okay. Puddles can be all different shapes or sizes, and I'm just going to go around. I don't think I have room to go all the way to the top, but I can add a little line to close it up there. Awesome job. I had so much fun drawing the mouse from mouse paint today with oil pastels.